So do you realize when Jesus spoke on your behalf, a lot of times we only, when we picture that, I think we just picture Jesus literally advocating for us with the Father. But when Jesus, another way to see it is this: so when Jesus spoke on your behalf, what comes to my mind is when he was casting out the demon in the boy. The father brought a son. He says, my son is, he's got a lot of things going on. One of them, he's possessed, and the demon keeps throwing him in water and fire, trying to kill him. And he's like, man, if you can do anything, can you help us? And Jesus like, if I can do anything, if I can, what are you talking about? If I can, with anything is possible for him that believes. That was an advocate. Jesus was advocating on our behalf. He was a spokesman on our behalf, and he was speaking to the part of you that is the real you. He was speaking to the truth. He was speaking to that thing that God made, and is able to do all things because he trusts and believes in who he is. He trusts and believes in who God made. So Jesus literally was a spokesman on or for you, not only to the Father, but he was an expression of, again, what you can do if you believe. Another thing that comes to my mind is you cannot serve two masters. It is impossible to serve two masters. So when you find yourself in the belief boat, you got to believe for something and it don't seem to be working. Sometimes you have to reevaluate your master. Who is your master? Because if everything is possible to him that believes, and with God all things are possible, then that means there is a possibility if things that are not panning out per se, then you might have to look at who you're serving. Because remember, it's impossible to serve two things. It's impossible to serve God and something else. And we know the something else is always the thing that's contrary to God, that's not going in the direction that God is. Whether it's, the love of money, I know we talks about money or mammon or whatever, but it's the bigger picture. It's a bigger picture. You can't serve the ways of God. You can't serve the heart of God. You can't serve the mind of God. You can't serve the way that the kingdom rulership flows or operates and be in another operation. You can't serve lack and abundance at the same time. You can't serve sickness and healing at the same time. There has to be, you have to draw the line. We have to learn how to draw the line. So again, by us recognizing that Jesus was our spokesman, he was our advocate, and he was advocating even to us. He was advocating to men that you are more than who you presently see yourself as. And once you realize that and you walk into that belief, then you will start to experience a whole new life. So as we are moving towards something different, then remember that to him that believes, everything is possible. With God, all things are possible. With man, it is impossible. If you find yourself being in league with men who have breath in their nostrils, meaning that God put that there, and if they don't agree with that, then then they're operating in a lesser capacity. Then you don't want to be in league with that. You know what I mean? You want to be in league with God, and hopefully the things and the people that you will find yourself in league with are in league with God also. So, Pastor Jamal, Rising Ground Church, I talk to you. Peace.